Live.
I think it's happening.
We're being live streamed, okay? Right now. So what we're doing is coming on here live, hanging out with people, and talking about what we got going on with
Hey,
15 Minutes
we're
of Murder.
we're officially live.
All right. And then while we are officialized,
Hello, everybody. We are officially live.
hey
Well,
y'all.
we're just hanging out, talking, workshopping, talking about the first episode that we just dropped, the Keddie Cabin Murders, which were brutal. Were brutal, and we will definitely dig in to more details and theories on Sunday. But today we just wanted to show up, hang out with whoever's willing to hang out, and just kind of shoot the breeze.
And talk.
So, what do you guys? So,
Yes,
since
and we
I was, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say sorry that we're a little late. We had some technical difficulties behind the scene. This is our first Wednesday night live, so apologies. That's
We
all.
gonna
Yes,
get better, y'all. We gonna get better.
yes. I do have a question though. So, because I sat in that edit and I was just, you know, rewatching and rewatching and rewatching, and you guys watched it pretty much first time with everybody else. And so, what were your first initial thoughts?
So you're talking about the Keddie Cabin Murders, the
Yes,
the episode,
yes,
the 6 minute overview of the case that we just
yes.
released. So I loved it. Obviously, I'm kind of in it. I've been researching this case for quite a while. So I noticed like there's so much depth to this story and
Yeah,
so many theories that surround it, and there's just too much to fit in that 6 minutes of
yeah,
time.
yeah,
But looking at it from a fresh pair of eyes, I thought it was perfect to give everyone
yeah,
an overview of the case and sort of what happened.
yeah,
Yeah, I think he does a really good job detailing what happened, gives folks a good idea of who the players are in it. Personally, what I thought is that these folks have been playing in our faces since 1981.
yeah,
That's
yeah. It's kind of insane, you know, you think it's a small town and you say, huh, okay, I get it, a small town, you know, police staff and all of this, but everybody knows everybody and somebody knows something.
And to say it's a small town, Tanisha, I don't know what you're talking about, or even what our co-investigators are thinking about when they say small town, right? But I Googled it. I Googled Keddie population in 1981. Do you want to know how many people lived in that town in 1981?
How many?
100 people.
Okay, that's
Wow,
not
that
small town. That's like your family cookout.
100 people.
Wow. Yeah, somebody, no, I'm not even
I,
gonna say somebody, everybody knows something.
I was like 100 people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
insane.
what?
So we'll definitely be able to, you know, there's some crazy theories out there, and I kind of took a deep dive down that, and I will bring some of that to you guys on Sunday,
Mhm.
which is some interesting twists and turns. And I'll definitely, you know, be able to steer you guys to kind of go down that same rabbit hole I went down, but I'll, you know, I'll definitely touch on it. But it's some interesting theories and scary, frightening theories that you don't really want to think about. But I mean, I guess it does happen.
You don't want to think about it, and it does happen, and the brutality of it, right? Like these
Yeah,
people were mutilated, damn near
yeah,
almost slaughtered, right? And it is 100 people in this town, and how many years later, and y'all still want to just let this fester? Y'all still want to act like you don't know nothing?
yeah, yeah,
That to me, that part is frightening. Like y'all know what this is.
yeah. And it's, you know, there's, you know, I don't want to get too much into it, but the thing that just really bothers me about this one is, I mean, everything obviously, but Tina, um, the baby girl. Uh,
Mhm.
what happened to her? I mean, what happened to them was brutal, but we don't know what happened to that little girl between the time she was taken or I mean, we just don't know what happened to her. And that just makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, Tina sits with me too. The way the area was described where she was found with the items that were found around her, and it was just like this poor baby, like things like
Yeah.
blankets, you know what I'm saying? Things that would be with a 10-year-old little girl were found with her, right? And so there is that investigator brain in me, but it's also the mama brain in me. And Tina, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much. It's like when we're deciding, what cases to bring forth, we all have a hand in that, and this first one, um, I don't remember how I came across it, but I remember that it was Tina that sat with me that I said,
Mhm.
I want to do this one and then presented it to you guys
Yeah.
for that final approval. But it's just chilling. Like you like again, we don't want to say too much. We just
Mhm.
want to, just, pop on and kind of give you a sense of, what we will be doing. But there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and I'm in my work, I'm the kind of investigator. I like knocking on your door. I don't want to talk to you over the phone or whatever. And when I tell you, it's so many times that I have to stop myself. Like, Des, you ain't going to catch, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it makes me want to like really dig deep and not just dig deep from my
Mhm.
computer with Google and pieces of paper, that we have collected. It makes me want to dig deep and really talk to people and find out what was the like community climate, the people's
Yeah.
individual climates, like who were these people as a collective unit and townspeople of Keddie
Mhm.
and allow something like this to happen, number one, but to allow something like this to go unsolved this many years later. Like, what
Yeah.
is happening? Yeah.
Yeah, just also so everyone watching right now, we're talking about the Keddie Cabin Murders case, which is what we will be covering this Sunday in our longer, more in-depth podcast, where we're really going to dig in to this case. So be sure to tune in for that on Sunday, and send us any questions you might have now or anytime, post below the videos, and we'll try to get to them on Sunday as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you have questions, get them in early so that we can definitely be able to include them, whether it's questions or thoughts or theories. We'd love to like, express, viewers' theories as well. But definitely we want this to be, it's not just the three of us, it's all of us. So we can all break this down together and we want to include the viewers and kind of like, like Des said, you just kind of want to go knock on some doors
Yeah.
when you watch this story.
Listen, y'all just laid out the business end of it, right? So can I just break and just say how excited I am for this in this format, right? Everywhere I go, no matter what city, state, whatever, someone is always saying to me, "Oh, it is, I want to be an investigator. How did you get to be an investigator?" And I feel like this right here allows people, our viewers, to just get an opportunity to actually do that, to sit in on investigative teams and all of that kind of stuff. So I am really excited about this format. To be
Yeah.
working with Craig and Tanisha. I think this is gonna be fun. So I'm ready. I'm excited, y'all. I'm geeked up.
Yeah. It's true because like when a lot I like the rest of my generation, Gen X, we were inundated with JonBenet Ramsey. And so
Mm,
there was like when the 20 year anniversary came up and and they were doing like special after special, and they were having like investigative teams like
Mhm.
sit down and break down like everything and go over everything. I'm still sitting there going, but what about the rope? But what about this? Did you guys do that? And you still feel like somebody misses something. And that's
Mhm.
why we wanted to really incorporate the fact that viewers can get involved, because it's
Right.
like you sit back and you're like, but what about? But what about? How come you didn't look at this? Or why didn't they look at that? And it's like, it kind of gives that sense of like, you're not just watching, you are participating. So that's kind of what we want to, kind of set the difference between what our podcast and what our show is about is involving you as well.
Mhm. And
Right.
if there is a good thing about murder investigations, if that is a thing, um, that murder investigations stay murder investigations, right? Even if there are people arrested, tried, and convicted, there oftentimes is place for other people to be charged and well, we got Big Bird was convicted of this. But now it looks like Rover is now a suspect, right? And so it can always be a second look, a third look, or even a fifth look at a murder case. So it is never the end. So even now, how you're saying like, well, what happened with this with Java and Ramsey? Yeah, what happened with that?
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
still
there's,
needs an
I
explanation.
mean, we could go on all day about that.
Mhm.
Like that poor
Yeah.
baby, and
Well,
that,
we
like,
know
I
you
just,
can.
mhm. And you know what else is like, you said something to me once, and I was just like mind blown by this. And I don't know if you remember, but I was like, you were telling me how it is not the police, it is not their job to find out who did it. What was it that you told me? And I was just like, but they always make it on when, when you're watching movies and the police go after the suspect and they find and they keep,
Motive.
yeah, yeah.
Say that again.
So I think what Tanisha is referencing is a conversation where we talked about motive, and I was saying how like a lot of times an investigation will get stalled by trying to figure out why someone would want to do this versus let's just look at the collective evidence, right? So let's bring this back to Keddie, and without going too far into it, I believe that first sheriff, Sheriff Thomas, Doug Thomas, one of the things he supposedly said was that this case will be hard to solve, and any case will be hard to solve when there is no apparent motive. Well, let's look at this case. We got a boatload of other evidence. So if you stay caught up on why someone would do this when you have 10 other pieces of evidence in front of you, are you not going to pursue those 10 pieces of evidence in front of you simply because you're still trying to figure out why someone would do this instead of you exploring the evidence that's before you? So that's all part of what I mean by this investigation was broken. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
As
that,
I because I'm doing most of the back end stuff here, making sure that our live stream's working and all the technical parts of this. I do throughout the day listen to a lot of other podcasts and stuff. And what I noticed today, I thought about it. It seems like this happens more often than it doesn't, where an investigation is just botched because there's too many departments involved or locations involved, and they're not connecting the correct dots, and they're not really going down. They're not following the evidence, or maybe it's a person that they just don't care about as much as like
you want to
somebody
know why?
else.
You want to know why? I'm gonna tell
Yes.
you why. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why. Because the police and investigating agencies, no matter what it is, a local town, a major city, the FBI, the Department of Justice, essentially their job is to they kind of have tunnel vision on getting someone convicted and in jail. And they have a suspect in mind. So a lot of times any information that does not fit with that narrative won't be pursued or will be lost in the minutia of it all. So if Detective Tanisha and Detective Craig are dead set that Desiree Edwards, kidnapped these folks and shot up that liquor store, whatever it may be, that is going to be the focus of that investigation. And you're going to miss out on all that other stuff that may have pointed you into another direction. And then come the end, you're going to find out that Des didn't have anything to do with it. But now, because you have spent the last 6 months, 7 years, 20 years trying to prove that Des did it, now you done let, some other folks walk
Yeah.
away, with doing some real damage to some folks. And that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
Whereas someone like me comes in, I don't really have a dog in the fight too much. And I am a fact investigator. So I am looking for facts. Whatever those facts are, wherever those facts come from, that is what I am looking for. I'm not looking specifically to pin someone. I'm not looking specifically to free someone's name. I'm just collecting facts. And whatever those facts are is just what they are. But that's what law enforcement does. And a lot of times, even when you're watching the news and you're like, oh dang, that child molester got off. Well, why did they get off? What happened in that investigation? Why did they get overcharged? Right. So it's all kind of mess that goes on with the police or even in the prosecutor in that pursuit of these charges and the defendant. But that's what happens.
So let me ask a question. Like, there's not, like, well, in today's time, like, you kind of, I mean, the media doesn't let anything go by. You're
Mm-hmm,
looking at you can go on YouTube and literally watch police cam footage from beginning to end of a crime all the way to the interrogation room, where they're interrogating the suspect, down
mm-hmm,
to being in the courtroom and
mm-hmm.
watching the case happen. I mean, there's like channels dedicated to being in the courtroom and watching these things. But it's just so I wish that we could see or read case files from Keddie, like who they interviewed and what they said, like, who was interviewed, who said what, who didn't say, who clammed up. Like, I don't, it's weird to me that you kind of like research it and you kind of hit a dead end
Mm-hmm. Well,
for
that's
information.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I said as I am investigating Caddy, like I want to just go there because you can do those things, right? You can send a request to the court or the police, to get that file. How they give it to you to view, that's up to that jurisdiction. You may be able to go sit at the courthouse with a file and look through it and things like that, or they may um when you order the file, they may remove the stuff that's privileged and confidential or whatever. But you can do that. And so again, that's why I was like, no, I need to
Mm,
go look at it. Mm-mm.
maybe 15 minutes of murder needs to take a road trip
Mm-hmm. Yep.
see
Yeah.
what we can find
Mm-hmm.
in
Yep.
Keddie.
And you can make copies of that stuff, all that.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's
Um, yeah,
what you about to say,
hopefully
Chris.
I would just think that in the future when we have a nice budget, we could all travel out to Keddie or
Yeah.
wherever, wherever we're doing a case.
Yeah.
Wherever we want to go. We finna get
And also, a big note is that I'm pretty sure, I can't recall the year, maybe it was 2016, not sure, but Sheila Sharp, the surviving member of the family, along with her brother, um, is also still searching for answers. And you can only imagine, you have a family, of brothers, mother, she's doing the best she can. And here you are left with that memory of walking into your home that was supposed to be safe. Here you are, 30 something years later, still no answers for what happened to your whole family. Um, and I know she's still searching, and it just breaks my heart that you still have to be in wonder and live. Like, I don't understand how you go on, to be honest,
Yeah,
from that.
I am always thinking about, imagine walking into the local Kroger or Piggly Wiggly, and you still don't know who murdered your
Mm,
whole
yeah,
family, right? And and at least in my dad's brand, I walk in that store and anybody in this store could have done that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like that.
yeah,
So you never come from up under who did
yeah.
this. And since I don't know who did it, I then don't know
You
who
just
did
can't feel safe anywhere.
nowhere. Nowhere at the family picnic, at the Piggly
Yeah,
Wiggly, picking up your shoes from,
yeah.
site to store, all that
Walking
kind of,
at night, going anywhere, going
you
to
don't know.
work,
You have
going
no
to like
idea.
anywhere,
Yep.
you are left with just fear and uncertainty. And that's
Mhm.
even if you move across the country, because you're like, well, they, murdered my whole family. Well, what about me? What if someone still wants to come after me? Like, it's
Because even if you moved across the country, your brain is still your brain. Your thoughts
yeah,
are still your
mhm,
thoughts, right? Those are
yeah,
still your family members. So
yep,
you can move across the planet and you're
yeah,
still, at least I would still be unsure of anyone that I encounter.
hmm,
And I can't imagine living life in that flux of uncertainty or and even
yeah,
mistrust.
yeah, yeah. I don't. You can't trust anyone,
Mm-mm,
anything. And
mm-mm,
then you're second guessing yourself too, because Sheila did something out of the ordinary that night, which was go and sleep at the neighboring house, which is
mhm,
something that Tina often did. And that's something that Sheila had never really done. So you got to think too, like she's done, she left, there's guilt. There's what if I could have done something? How
mhm,
come I didn't hear anything? But
mhm,
again, we'll get more into that on Sunday. But
mhm.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a heart-wrenching, heartbreaking case.
I want to give a quick shout out to Kristen. She's watching.
Hey, Kristen.
Who's watching?
Kristen, I think she's maybe a friend of yours.
Oh, my bestie Kirsten.
Kirsten. Sorry.
Yeah, if that's a
And
Kirsten. Yeah, she's one of the people that I every Friday she's part of the murder squad, as we call ourselves.
I think Kristen is the one who I recently love bombed you on one of her posts. And she's like, oh my,
Yeah, yeah,
let me talk
yeah,
about your bestie.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
Kiki.
I think that's her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
So
friends like that, T.
yeah, yeah. We are just
Girl.
very steeped. We are steeped in the murder culture because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's real stories. You also get insight for your own safety and what to look out for too, when you're watching these types of things, and you get to see how investigations go down and how they go wrong. And I learn a lot by watching these things. I also watch my back a lot more because I watch a lot of crime and murder documentaries. So
So, just to move things forward a little bit, is there anything currently going on in the world worth discussing, or do we want to circle back to that maybe next week on our live discussions?
there's so much. I actually have this sector of People magazine in their crime section. And every day I open my mail and there's some insane case going on. And the other day I read it was a man who had gone home or like a family gathering or a family get together, and they
Mm-hmm.
got into an argument and he left, and 20 years later or something like that they found his body not that far from the family's
Mm-hmm.
home. And no idea who did it, no idea how it happened, but calling it an accident. He fell. But he happened to have an argument right before he left with a bunch of family members, and I don't recall what exactly it was, but I'm just like, how do these cases just, and I mean, it's case after case after case like this of, oh, something happened, they went missing, and we don't know what happened. The case is still open, but there's no like, is there money? Like, is it money that you have to spend? Is it the bottom line that keeps people from investigating these types of small town crimes? Or is it just
Well,
like,
I
I
will
don't
tell
get
you
it.
this. I often do not watch the news. And I don't
Mm,
watch the news because it's so wrong, so often, so horribly bad.
mm,
And so, what I found when I first started doing this work is that watching the news, I now have an idea of what happened. And then, when I actually get a case file and really start talking to witnesses and victims and
mm.
defendants, what's in the media? What?
Yeah, yeah,
I said that ain't happening. Like, where y'all get that from?
yeah,
So I often matter of fact, sometimes when an attorney will call me about a case, hey Des, I got a case. I don't even want to talk to them right away. I tell them to just send me the discovery, send me what you
mm,
have, and let me read that because I don't even want what the attorney is saying to me
yeah,
to like get in the way of what's really going
yeah.
on. So I know some of the things that's going on, but I get that information mostly just from my socials and my timelines or whatever. But
Mm.
the way the media reports these stories, um, I tell people it has taught me that the villain is oftentimes not the person who we have been told the villain is.
Yeah, they just, kind of do their own little investigations. And you see that more and more these days. Like, if you watch like decade after decade, like you just start getting like the media starts getting closer and closer to the story. Before it was standing behind the police, the police, the yellow tape. It's like
Mhm.
nobody can cross here. And then all of a sudden you got like just anybody walking up and interviewing people, and that's going from TikTok to, you know, ABC News reporters. And it's just like nothing. Like, if you look at the Koberger case, the Idaho 4, like everybody is tr- wait a minute. I don't even want to sidebar, but the fact that they tore that house down is just mind-boggling to me. But you've
Getting
got,
Keddie, yeah.
yeah, and they tore down Kenny too. I
Mhm.
mean, so if you wanted to, the only way that you can investigate now at this point is by looking at old videos and of the place, because there's nothing there. There's nothing
Yeah,
there. And it's just like anybody can, walk up, interview people, is just, hey, I want to ask you a few questions. And you don't know what
right.
you could be tampering. You don't know what you could be tampering or misleading people or letting people practice so that when the actual police knock on your door, you change your story. So it's dangerous too to, have media get so involved these days with
Right.
cases before the police actually do what they need to do.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
that is because the media does that because the police and the departments get it so wrong most of the time that media feels like we need to step in because somebody's not telling the truth and we have to find out the truth because the police are lying or the investigators aren't, it's
It's
weird.
Yeah, and that's why I think that this show in this format is needed and why it's fresh, right? Because most times when we're watching crime shows or even the news, right, that is us sitting there and digesting what information and what facts are being presented to us. This
Yeah.
actually gives our viewers and people who are interested in these cases the opportunity to participate, the opportunity
Mhm.
to actually like think these through, right? Because in my head, this is no different from an investigative meeting that I would have with an attorney and a client on another case, right? So it is us really sitting together as a team, the three of us, our viewers, whoever send in our questions, and actually learn how to investigate from a real investigative
Yeah.
standpoint versus just taking in information that
Mhm.
has been out to us. Like
And
actually,
also ruling out speculation and
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
what you
yeah.
think or what might have
Mhm.
happened based on your thoughts. Just like being in a jury, you can't go by your thoughts, you have to go by the evidence presented before you. You can't just be like, well, this is what I think happened because he was acting weird the night.
That's kind of sort of depends on the instructions from the judge. So the judge may say, okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when you go back there, um, use your judgment or whatever. But again, that's part of a judge's um instructions.
Mhm.
But yeah, you because I'm a whole human being. I got 5 kids, including Dutch. And you mean to tell me I'm supposed to sit on this jury and not apply what I would have done in this
Yeah.
situation? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because
I mean,
that
that's the
kind
whole reason why you're there, the humanity of
right,
it.
and that you don't necessarily want to use that in a prejudicial type way, but you want to use that from a place of like reference, sort of, right? So
Yeah.
it's that fine line um of using your thoughts and
Yeah.
or the place of it. And again, that's why I think this is going to be really dope, and people are going to be involved and like it because it gives you a chance to just hmm,
Mhm.
versus oh
Yeah.
that was interesting. What's next?
Yeah. And speaking of, hmm, we're gonna wrap it up. And but I want to tell you, with our Keddie case, make sure you go and you watch, you subscribe to YouTube, you subscribe to our Substack, go to our website, you can find everything there. And the coolest thing is that Craig has worked really hard on a wonderfully put together case file for you for the Keddie Cabin murders. So you can go there to our Substack and check out the case files there. And make
Oh,
sure you send in your questions.
I'm gonna upload that tonight, so it'll be there for everyone tonight.
Okay.
Craig, Craig.
So yeah,
Mhm.
so watch, tell your friends. We're only gonna get better. I'm working on a new case after this one that is really intriguing and it's got lots of twists and turns. So we'd love for you to tune in. We'd love for you to subscribe and participate.
Yes.
100%.
This is
Website is 15minutesofmurder.com. 15 is just the number.
okay.
It's just a number.
Talk to us, talk to us.
Yes,
Okay.
questions, theories,
Mm-hmm.
speculations that Des can shoot down,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
anything. Watch the case, get familiar with it.
Tanisha loves rabbit holes, y'all. So bring it.
Mm.
Don't come with no basic questions. Make them some
Mhm.
compound questions. Because when I tell you, my friend likes rabbit holes, baby, she likes rabbit holes.
Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
go all the way to the
I can show you
bottom of the
my
rabbit hole.
call of the times that we've
Mhm.
been on the phone with her rabbit holes.
Yeah, rabbit holes. Yep, yep, that's me.
Mhm. Mhm.
So thank you for
Questions.
watching live or thank you for watching after. We welcome you all
Bye,
to 15
y'all.
Minutes of Murder.
See you next time,
Good
next
night.
Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye bye.